Alright, 5-9 Gaming. In today's video, we're gonna be breaking down Super Saiyan 4 Goku Zenkai. Unexpectedly, he got a Zenkai out of nowhere. And today I'm joined by Azdeek and my boy Swift. Say what's up, guys.
What's going on, guys?
Yo, what up?
Alright, so first things first, were you guys expecting this at all? Because I wasn't.
Oh, hell no.
Dude, this was completely out of left field. I mean, like, dude, I was so surprised. Like,
Yeah. Alright, so with that said, let's go ahead and look at his stats, boys. Let's go. Let's see those monstrous stats, man. 14 stars, 287 strike, 186 strike defense, 253 blast attack, and 187 blast defense. Okay, so his defense is a little bit lower than, the super tanks in the game. Super 17, LF Super 17 Goku, and Green Broly, but it's still pretty good, and his HP is pretty high too, 2.75 million. Alright, his stats are looking pretty freaking good for a Zenkai. What do you guys think?
dude, yeah, absolutely. Basically 290k strike attack is nothing to mess around with. That is a very high strike attack right there. Even the blast attack, 250k, not too bad for a melee unit. Very high defenses, close to, looking at 185k, almost 190k defenses. That is actually very good. What do you think, Azdeek?
Yeah, dude, this looks absolutely. This guy's going to be a monster. Like I'm gonna say it right now. Like I know ZVG earlier was saying that I think a lot of people are overhyping this guy, but I feel like he's going to be extremely good. Like I feel like the stats alone are good. I feel like this is exactly what I think we expected, is someone to be like very like beefy in terms of like they have a really high like strike attack and stuff like that. He has a lot of health. He's going to easily be breaking 3 million. Granted that you have like health buff benches or equipment. I'm pretty excited for this guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, yeah, he, like I said, this was completely out of left field for me. I was not expecting this at all. At the end of the day, I'm glad to see GT getting some love. But the real argument is going to be, how is he going to compare to Super Saiyan 3? So let's go ahead and dive into his kit a little bit, and we can make some comparisons and maybe see how good this guy's going to be.
Alright, so his ultimate, he gets 50 ki plus 25% damage inflicted for 20 timer counts and nullifies enemy restores health when it 0 effects for a 30 timer count. So I think to note about this is that he doesn't need to pop the ultimate for him to start nullifying endurance. All he has to do is pop the main ability, and then he'll have nullify endurance for 30 timer count. Similarly to first year anniversary Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, because I think he's one of the only units that have it on his main ability in general. So yeah, that's pretty good. What do you guys think? His main ability got a little upgrade.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so his main ability got a little upgrade with that nullify endurance part of it. But yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good addition to his main ability.
So I was gonna say, so he just basically pops the main ability and just automatically gains that. But I guess it's a buff effect where you just nullify endurance for 30 counts. Wow,
for 30
that's interesting.
counts.
Yeah, that's pretty long. Yeah.
Yeah, that is actually a very long time.
Yeah,
interesting.
So you know what you could do here?
That could be very good.
Yeah, so basically what you could do here is if truly, like, say you have like a Rising Rush lined up, like you already have your RR ready, like your opponent has endurance, you want to say, go ahead, I'm just going to go ahead and say, screw the ultimate, I'm going to pop my main ability, I'm going to go for the rush. You're going to be able to go ahead and nullify that endurance.
Ooh, that is huge, especially against like a yellow unit like that yellow LF Future Gohan. Even though you're at type disadvantage here with the high stats, and I'm sure he's getting some high buff percentages later in his kit. I think he would easily be able to Rising Rush that yellow Future Gohan and just go right through that endurance. That's a great point, Azdeek.
Yeah, that's going to be very spicy.
Alright, so his unique ability applies the following effects herself when the character is in the battlefield, plus 50% damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, use damage received by 35% for 15 timer counts, and restores health by 10%. Now it's gonna be pretty much the same thing. It's pretty much the same thing, bro. Like nothing changed at all.
It is.
Yeah, it is the same thing.
They didn't change
it. Alright.
Okay.
Alright, so second unique, you can win against me, restores 1 ki by 30 every time it faces the enemy. Apply the following effects itself, depending on the number of timer counts, it lasts from the battle start. 20 counts, it lasts plus -5 to strike arts cost. 40 counts, it lasts plus 35% of damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Okay, see it here. So now it's 15 counts and 30 counts. Okay, so they're showing the timer count for his buffs, which is pretty good. I mean, who wanted to wait all that time for him to get his final damage buff, right? So shorting it
Exactly.
is pretty good. So yeah, and he gets it 5 counts after his main ability too, which I feel like is pretty good. So by the time you get your main ability and pop the main ability and do a combo, you'll have the extra damage needed. So yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Getting that, like you said, so close to that main ability can help with many different situations. One, like the one I brought up with Yellow Future Gohan, it'll help, go through type disadvantage and whatnot. So they did reduce the timer count elapsed. Did they increase the buffs at all or no?
Let's see. 5, so 35 and then -5. No, they remain the same.
Okay, so same buffs. They just reduced the restriction on the timer count.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I like it.
Alright, so third unique ability. This unique literally killed me when I saw it. So it's literally one line, and it's basically where he nullifies cover change abilities. So I feel like this is kind of like their way of countering LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku, because if you guys don't know, he's the best green in the game right now. So Super Saiyan 4 Goku being able to come into the field and basically nullify his cover, and also has the potential to lock him in with his special move. I feel like they kind of like made it to like count him a bit, but even so, just having the ability to nullify cover change in general is so oppressive, because we've seen on Dread and Gogeta Blue, it's basically free damage. No matter what they do, you're gonna get your damage in no matter what. So I feel like it's a pretty good ability. What do you guys think? Even though it's one line, it's pretty decent.
Dude, yeah, no, absolutely. And 15 timer counts is plenty long. I mean, for those that play a lot of PvP, you're constantly switching in and out of units. 15 timer counts is fine. I definitely don't think that that's too long or too short. I think that's a good number. And like you said, Green Super Saiyan 3, super oppressive right now. So for anybody that Zenkai's this guy, you will have the ability to basically ignore Super Saiyan 3's cover change and possibly, return some pretty hefty damage on him.
Oh yeah, something that I wanted to know, like going just even further, like this guy is basically like, I feel like he's like a godsend right now. Like I'm very high for this character, and I might be over exaggerating him a little bit, but especially because when you think about it, when I go against Saiyans, I don't know about you guys, but when I go against Saiyans, it's always the LF Super Saiyan 3, the Green Goku, and then I'm even running into teams where they're running double cover rescue, even though sometimes that might not always be the best move. But either way, it can be very annoying. And with this, I'm basically, no matter what, I'm not going to be afraid to use my RR as long as I'm using it with this guy, right? So I feel like that's pretty good, because, I feel like them having that ability to go ahead and cover rescue, it makes you play completely different, right? Like, like I can't just throw my RR out there. And so this is going to ease that blow a lot right here.
And it is only activates twice, but I don't think that is too big of a deal. I think if that was unlimited, it would probably be a little bit too overpowered. So I think I'm actually happy that it's only twice. But yeah, very good ability.
Yeah. Alright, last unique ability. This is basically what everyone and their mother wanted. So I feel like a lot of people recently wanted, the GT Zenkais to be mainly essential for the GT team and not really other teams, because other teams don't really need the buff, but GT does. So his ability right here is basically a support buff for GT only. Right, so he gives them 30% damage inflicted and 30% to Q recovery for 15 time encounters, which is pretty nice. I mean, with this ability right here, it's kind of a pro and a con. The pro is that he's focused on GT only. The con is that on Sun Family and Saiyans, he's basically losing an entire unique ability. So I feel like on Saiyans, Super Saiyan 3 Goku is gonna be the better unit for the team, because he fits the team better, not essentially being the better unit overall. You know what I'm saying? But even so, I feel like this is what is needed for the GT tab, because as we've seen with 17 and Vegeta, they're just being ran on androids and Saiyans right now. So it's like they kind of lock this guy in. So I feel like that's really the start of trying to lock in units for the GT tag specifically. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad to see, specific GT buffs. It's going to encourage people to run them, more over on GT rather than Sun Family or even Saiyans. I actually like it. What do you think, SD?
I'm actually extremely happy that they pigeonholed this guy into GT, because exactly like how ZVG said, you see all these other units getting ran on every other team besides GT, right? And so I feel like this is very healthy, especially for GT, right? Because I wanted them to do this with Super 17, because as soon as I saw Super 17 get that Zenkai, I already knew he was going to be a menace on androids. Didn't even really give him a second thought on GT. So I'm really happy they actually went this route with this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything else to go over with this kit?
I don't think
Did the blue card or green card change?
Let's see. Oh, the strike went up to. Or did the strike go up? No, it did not. I think these remained the same.
So I think that's.
But we can go ahead and take a look at his Zenkai, or maybe the ultimate did. Let me see. Oops. 30% and then minus 100.
And as you guys can tell, this is like an initial reaction for you guys. We did not study this beforehand. We wanted to be as surprised as you guys were going over this kit. So this is like an initial reaction video, basically.
No, that's cap. I studied it. I don't know what you get, but I studied it thoroughly, analyzed it, did my data analysis and everything before we came into this video.
Everything seems to be the same.
ZVG's just the GOAT. Okay,
True.
so basically, I think that's about it for this video. We went over mostly everything that changed. ZVG, I'm gonna go ahead and let you take it away since we miss you, man.
Right,
we're glad to have you back.
Before we end the video, though, I think it is important to note that his Zenkai buffs are for element purple and GT rather than Vegeta.
No one cares.
Oh yes, very.
No
important.
one cares. No one cares. There's no other purple unit for GT. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what Zenkai buff he has. No one's gonna use this anyway.
Yeah, that's true. What other GTs even are there?
Exactly, none.
There's the EX Goku, bro. Like no cap.
Exactly,
oh, yeah?
none whatsoever. But yeah, I feel like this guy's gonna be a necessary Zenkai for if you're planning on meaning GT, you guys need to Zenkai's, man. I feel like it's gonna be like a mid to high S, just based off his skill, because his skill was already good, right? But his stats right now are what's gonna take him over the top. And his green card does give card draw speed. I don't know if Azik or Swift mentioned it, but his green card does give card draw speed now.
Oh, that's what changed.
So you can stack
huge.
it with Super 17 since he does get a green card. So you can actually stack this guy's green card and get level 2 card draw speed and stuff on GT specifically. So yeah, that's pretty good to mention. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna be between him or Super Sentai Goku, but I feel like this guy's gonna have the edge because he's more tanky, he has more utility with the lock-in and the nullify endurance and also nullify cover change, but Super Sentai just has more damage. Essentially, that's all he has over him. But yeah, make sure you guys Zenkai this, man, if you guys want to make GT. But that's pretty much gonna be it for the breakdown. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, you guys aren't to like, subscribe, share, and comment, all that good stuff. This is ZVG, joined by Swift and Azlik, and we will catch you guys in the next Dragon Ball Legends video on the 59 Gaming channel. Peace out and one love, guys.
See ya.
Later, guys.